Have you ever wondered what is a pre-MBA program? Or have you ever wondered if you are the right person to actually attend a pre-MBA program, and is the entire pre-MBA concept really worth it? Then hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Shatakshi, and on my channel, whenever I'm on a chai break, I know this says coffee. I will give you context why this says coffee. I am talking about all things MBA, all things consulting, all things personal finance, many a times career advice as well in your early years. So feel free to subscribe and click on the notification button so that you are notified whenever I'm on a chai break. And I know the cup says coffee and you get notified. With that, let's directly jump into this video. Largely as a concept, pre-MBA is for those who are in their early 20s, I would say 23 or 24. And what is really a pre-MBA concept? Pre-MBA concept is actually very much supported by Ivy League institutions such as Yale as well, because they have a pre-MBA leadership program also. And largely the concept is that most of the top MBA programs these days, they are looking for leadership qualities. They're looking for entrepreneurship qualities. And hence it is expected of you to have those leadership, problem solving, entrepreneurship skills before you land finally on your MBA campus. And hence if you're someone who has not had those kind of exposures, or if you're someone who has not had those kind of skill sets or that network, then it may be the right path for you in terms of exploration. So largely in this video, I am going to be dividing this video into largely 3 sections. First and foremost about goals. Second, we will talk about skills, and last but not the least, network, which is my favorite, and I think that is one of the key component and the most important component if you're really considering for a pre-MBA program. So feel free to stay tuned till the end if you want to know about my views in the pre-MBA, and especially from network point of view. And for context, now commenting why does this says coffee and not chai is because I'm in New York right now on a family trip. So hence the change of setting for those of you who are a returning viewer of my YouTube community. I'm in a very beautiful Airbnb right now, and the cups here says, all cups says coffee. So I still thought of taking a chai break when as I'm shooting these videos for you, because of course I'm on a relaxing holiday right now. So first and foremost, let's talk about goals. I think especially when you're dealing with pre-MBA as a concept, and if you're wondering if pre-MBA is worth it or not, or if it is for me, then the goals really matter. If you're someone who is thinking about really audacious goals such as management consulting, or such as private equity or venture capital, or such as entrepreneurship, I genuinely think that pre-MBA really makes a lot of sense, largely because these goals are audacious, and they're audacious because the selection ratio is very less, right? And hence your preparation level before the MBA program is going to really stand out. Let me give a context. And I never did a pre-MBA program, but I will tell you what is it that I did an equivalent of, which to my view was kind of a pre-MBA. So for those of you who know my journey, but those of you who are new, I graduated from St. Stephen's College, and then I worked for a boutique management consulting firm, and then I left a boutique management consulting firm to actually work for Groupon India, which is now called Nearby, in a growth and strategy role. And I had the exposure in terms of what kind of skills do I need, or what is problem solving, or how do you actually connect marketing to operations to finance to tech, and really move the needle around finance, or really move the needle around top line or bottom line. Having said this, when I was 24, I really got that conundrum that I wanted to not just make rich people richer, but also wanted to make an impact in the society. And back then I was really lucky when I got an opportunity to actually work directly with Government of India and directly with the former chairman of McKinsey & Company. To my mind, that was actually my equivalent of pre-MBA program, largely because I was working directly with a leader who has led McKinsey at a national level. He has actually led the Washington DC office here in US as well of McKinsey. And the kind of problem solving skills that I picked up, the kind of network that I forged, because when you're working with leaders like that, they frequently connect you with other leaders when you're trying to solve problem in a particular sector. And the kind of network that I also forged with respect to my peers who were working along with me, they came from McKinsey, they came from Goldman Sachs, they came from other diverse backgrounds as well. So that was a very good foundational. While it was a job profile, it was actually my employer, but I think that was kind of a pre-MBA ecosystem or a pre-MBA program for me, really making me ready, really preparing me before I landed onto the ISB campus. And I also believe that was one of the key reasons why, even though I was not a top GPA or a top quartile in terms of grades as such, and I have very different views, non-conventional views on grades. I will make a separate video on that whenever I have time again. But coming back, I had McKinsey BCG offers. I chose BCG over McKinsey, had my own reason. I wanted to now tap upon to the new network, and I wanted to work at the intersection of both public sector and private sector. So why am I bringing this tale to all of you? It's largely needed to help you appreciate that your goals are really important, because I knew that I wanted to crack management consulting, right? Within the Indian context, that entire ecosystem really helped me. But I am also very much aware that not everyone gets access to such really unique ecosystem where you get to learn from CEOs, where you get to actually surround yourself with very diverse kind of people from McKinsey, Goldman, Deloitte and whatnots of the world, right? So that's point number one. If you have really audacious goals which are around BCG, McKinsey or private equity or entrepreneurship is also really very hard in terms of really moving the needle. I think anybody can start, but most of the people know that 90% of startups get killed or they don't survive, and that's why the survival rate is very less. So that's point number one. And I think in terms of point number one, there is one A around goals, there is one B around your profile, right? Your current profile really matters. And that is when I would also suggest you to actually put your profiles respectively in the comment section, and I would try my best to actually evaluate it and review it if it makes sense from consulting, private equity and entrepreneurship. I think for entrepreneurship, of course, there is no cookie cutter answer, or there is no one blueprint we could say that, hey, this person could be an entrepreneur or she or he could not be an entrepreneur. But I have made separate videos, multiple videos around management consulting for internship, for college students. But I'm still happy to actually very briefly do a profile review of a sample of you who actually put this in the comment section. Please forgive me if I'm not able to do it for all of you. I will try my best within the constraint of time that I have, because I'm a full-time CEO of an education venture. But that's section number one. Moving on to section number two, which is largely around problem solving skills, business acumen, right? So like I mentioned, because I'd worked in boutique consulting and I'd worked in Groupon India, which is now Nearby in strategy roles, I really understood how, because in MBA, you will not be taught everything together. Nobody will come and teach you that, hey, this is how you could apply one marketing piece to another, accounting piece to another, statistics piece to actually solve a business case, right? And that thinking or that mindset really comes when you have worked and solved many problems from varied sectors. So I'd done that before my MBA. So you need to also check, have I been in a situation, in multivariant situations where I could have solved different kind of problems? That really opens your thought horizons, because in MBA what will happen is there will be marketing classes, there will be operations classes, there will be finance classes, there will be digital strategy classes, and only if you have worked very strategically well in different domains, then it will be a very good launch pad for you to actually start thinking along multiple dimensions. I genuinely believe that the leaders of today and tomorrow are not going to be the one who can just think in silos. They are going to be the ones who can connect the dots, who can think from climate impact to finance to even ethical dimensions, right? And that is the thinking you should develop. Which brings me towards my last and favorite point around network. I have touched upon it very briefly, like I mentioned, but your network even before your pre-MBA is very important. So like I said, because I got a chance to work with the chairman, I have gotten a chance to work with Ankur Warikoo, who is of course a celebrity, and but all these networks really helped me to actually stand out when I was doing an MBA. People do this typical mistake when they think of an MBA. They think that MBA is going to be one-stop shop through which I will solve my network, I will solve my skills, I will solve my job employment. No, my friends, most of the people who really stand out during their MBA programs are actually way more prepared, way more ready even when they enter onto the MBA campus. And that is what readiness in terms of pre-MBA program does to you. So that's largely my analysis with all of you. As most of you know, I also run an education initiative. So if you're interested to get into management consulting or product management, feel free to check out Impact MBA Scholars Program, which is also a pre-MBA program at globalgovernance-initiative.org. That's my chai break with all of you. So if you like this video, feel free to hit on the like button, share it with your friends so that they get to know about all the cool things we are discussing on this channel. With that, take care, stay happy, stay healthy, and be kind to each other. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.